Hey! What's up, guys? Jamie Gonzalez,
Nick McGurk.
And I'm Shad Stoker.
my man. Nick is back.
What up, baby?
The homie, Shad's always in full effect. We're out here, Jamie Gonzalez, Born Detailer Podcast. What's really good? What's going on, man?
Life is good.
Life is
We woke up
it's
today.
so
Our
good, bro.
hearts are beating, man. Life is still.
Yeah, dude.
There's more right than wrong if you got a beating heart.
Yeah, dude, imagine if you just walked into a room and it was like,
Every time, so
Bro, what do you think is playing in my head every minute of every
bro,
day?
like you just walk in like it's just
Bro,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the soundtrack of my head. Like,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
what I do for myself all
Yeah,
day
you gotta
long.
cheer for yourself.
Can you
Bring it
imagine
in.
if you were like important enough though, seriously, elected official or some celebrity, where every time you walked in the room, like people stood up and just like looked at you like that? I don't think
Dude.
that's not a life goal of mine. I just didn't
No,
think
no,
about it until you just
you
mentioned
should-
that. I'm
I
like,
know, but you
what would
should
that
feel
be
that
like?
way, though.
What would
You
that be like?
It'd be amazing.
You
Did
think
you know
so?
that Mike Tyson, when he at his prime, he hired somebody that would literally pretty much walk behind him and tell him, "You're the greatest. You're the best. You're the blah blah."
You know what's crazy about
Really?
that, though? Hold on.
Yeah,
you know what's crazy about that, though, is why is it that the cheers of other people would be so great, but our own thoughts or our own cheers don't mean as much, when it should be the exact opposite. How we feel, how we cheer for ourselves should trump anything anyone else does or says.
But that's that's cool to say, but it's not reality. No one does that shit.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah, it's
it.
cool to say. I like
Yeah,
that
no,
you
it
like the
sounds
words,
nice.
but
It
I'm
does
like,
sound
all
nice,
right,
but fuck all. Like, bro, I do that.
Some days it
Most
feels like
people
it's
need
all
that.
working, but some days it just that voice in the head is a tough one.
This is it. In the life of competing, so if you're competing in life, the whole reason of competing is, like, yeah, you compete with yourself, but it's called competition because you're doing it against someone else. I'm competing. I'm not saying I'm competing for attention, but you're competing for my kids, for, like, I don't know.
Here's the problem with that, though, is when you compete with others, it's out of the end result is out of your control, right? If I'm competing with the guy down the street, he might get a windfall and get a new product line or do something that's out of my control. But if I'm competing with myself, if I'm trying to be better than myself every single day, that's a battle that I can win each and every day if I put the effort in.
No, yeah, and I get that. Like, you can go ahead but I look at someone else, like if I see Gary Vee or something like that, or like your YouTube, like, bro, like, of course I want to be dope. So that's I'm not hating on anybody for doing great, but I use that as my guideline. That's my goal. Like, dude, I want to be like Mike Tyson, bro. Imagine that. He's like, the dude is, you can't fuck with Mike Tyson, bro. Like,
Is he gonna beat Jake Paul?
if he does, it'd be amazing. But Jake Paul, people don't understand is that the dude's a hard ass worker, and I'm a dancer. I got my whole family dancers have superpowers, and people that retain information that he does, even acting and, you know, being that type of person and being shut down. Just for instance, he was a Disney kid, right? So how many auditions did he go to and say no and failed? So
lot.
any actors, dancers specifically, you go try out for these things and you're constantly telling your peers you're whack, your peers are whack. Blah, blah, like, the mental strength that he has is a champion, dude. Like, I don't care what, I don't know. I don't like the motherfucker. I don't like him. I'm a Mike Tyson dude. I listen to Hotbox and, you know, I'm like really a Mike Tyson.
Do they still do the hot
I
box
have-
thing or no?
I don't think they do it anymore, but I listen to anything that's Mike Tyson. I got Mike Tyson signed gloves in my office.
No way.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. I got,
So
like,
you're-
I'm Mike Tyson
you're a
guy, but
guy.
I'm just saying, you cannot, first of all, Jake Paul and his brother, those dudes are extremely smart. Like, whatever they're doing, Mike Tyson's going to cash in. He's going to cash in. Whoever's winning is going
Yeah.
to the bank, and they're going to kill it.
Here's another thing to consider is that Mike Tyson has been focused on cannabis for the last 5 years. Jake Paul has been focused on boxing. He has world-class trainers. He has literally
dude.
championship trainers like that are at his disposal, and that's all he does every day. Like, he does other stuff, but he trains like he is a championship fighter preparing for a fight every single day.
He's in his 20s, right?
Yeah, I think he's like
Late 20s maybe?
20s.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. But
So
anyways,
still
long story
physical
short,
hairline.
I hope
Hairline's
Mike
in
Tyson's
his late
pounds
40s.
I hope, dude, I hope Mike Tyson beats him down. But reality is, like, bro, it doesn't
Me too.
matter. He's a 50-something-year-old dude versus a primetime kid.
I just worry, like, what happens head injury wise at 50, man? Like,
Hey, but
there's
Mike
only so
Tyson's
much.
a champion. Like I said,
He is.
He is bred different. He's a different type. Like, he's, like he said, bro, when he goes into ring, he goes in to kill you.
Bro,
he
is he?
wants to
Really?
demolish you. That's That's his whole thing. Like he wasn't going in there, he was punishing you.
Every fighter has a chance to win. That's why they call it a puncher's chance. Like you can land one, you can lose. Dude, look at MMA for example. Do you know who Anderson Silva is? Right, one of the greatest to ever do it.
Possibly.
He was undefeated and went up against Chael Sonnen, and Chael Sonnen worked him. Like Anderson Silva had dominated every fight up to that point, and Chael Sonnen like beat him to the ground, like just handled the whole fight. Was winning in a 5-round fight, was run every single round, and in the last like 12 seconds, Anderson Silva threw an armbar or something on him and beat him. Like it could change and that's in boxing. It's even more. There's more of a chance because it takes one punch to put someone's lights out. You could literally put someone to sleep with one punch. So you could get beaten every round in the 12th round, land a punch, just like freaking Max Holloway did to Justin Gaethje the other night in UFC.
And he won $600,000. I watch TikTok
Did you see
every
that?
once in a while. I don't know a little bit about UFC. I saw
it's all
him,
good.
take him down. The
Did you
crowd
see
went
that?
wild.
Did you see that
watch
clip?
it, no.
Max Holloway's a beast. He's a little guy, but he's a beast. And he told them, like, they were coming down. It was a 5-round fight. They were coming down to it. And he told, like, he walked to the center ring and told Justin Gaethje, right here. And they just, and Gaethje kind of he kept telling him right here. And then, like, 2 seconds left, put him out. One of the most brutal knockouts I've ever seen. But he told him, we're going right here, right in the middle of the ring. Walked him right over there and just put him out.
Well, the guy just went right to the ground face first. And I didn't see him get up, in the clips.
Crumbled him.
Yeah.
Bro, so anyways, let's talk about how every time when you're polishing, because you want to knock the paint out, right? Is that what it is? When you're doing a paint correction, are you trying to knock it out? Are you trying to annihilate it? What are you trying to do?
I mean, I always want perfect paint. That's my goal. I know it's unrealistic, but it's so rewarding, right?
So what
Is it or is it not
No,
rewarding?
it is
Yeah,
rewarding.
for sure.
So what's the nemesis to perfect paint? Like what's
Me? Because it's not. I don't think there's such a thing as perfect. Like we're the thing that's pressing the trigger.
yeah,
on
but
the
there's
polisher.
the
like-
kryptonite,
the best
the kryptonite,
possible, yeah.
the kryptonite to paint. You know
Is
what it
us.
is? No, bro, it's a light.
You can't see what you can't hit.
Oh, you're
or you
talking
can't
about-
hit
bro,
what
it's
you
a
can't
light,
see.
bro.
Sorry.
It's a
yeah.
light, dude.
Okay, but what if it looks perfect without the light? Maybe that it is perfect.
So when you're doing
No, I know.
okay,
I agree.
So this is the thing too, like
I walked in here not knowing what this podcast is about. You
yeah,
guys are all about
yeah,
ready to
well,
talk about lights. You
It's
got
like
this
when
thing.
you're selling
Send
a
me
car.
out.
So
Okay.
like you go to the dealership and they got the cars in the back of the lot where no lights are. That's a purpose. They do that on purpose. Like when you bring a customer in your showroom, you bring them in to where your lights are at.
What do you got the new scan grip
That's
light?
the new scan grip, dude.
You always got the
I'm
new
actually
new.
really mad about it though.
Okay, tell me about it.
First of all,
It looks
I have
different.
so many of these. We have probably 10 of them, maybe more, 12, maybe 15 of
They
them.
got the rainbow going on here.
But dude, I can't figure out how to really get it completely secure.
Really?
You've got to flip that back through or something. You're
Yeah,
missing. There's
yeah,
not
you go
enough
like that.
tension.
You gotta go
no,
there.
you got to go back through the other. There's something you got to do
Yeah,
because
dude.
there's not enough tension on that clip.
Okay, how's the light? Get close to this, big guy.
I just tied it up, bro.
Okay.
Like a freaking ninja, bro. That's what I did.
You got it upside down right now.
No, I know. I'm just saying that's how I did it. 'Cause I couldn't
Did you
do
ever?
it. I was like,
you know what?
fuck it.
Speaking of ninjas, as a kid, you ever take a T-shirt and put it on your face, wrap it around, and
dude.
make yourself a
Yeah,
ninja
of course
mask?
It's dope.
I still do that.
Is this brighter than usual?
Yeah, just
It looks wide. Looks wide.
it is a little wider.
I love it, man. Dude, I love a good scan grip headlamp, man.
Yeah, so this is your nemesis. This will shame down any guy that thinks he's good.
Well, here's the thing: is
Or
you
you think it's good, you just adjust the lighting.
how many times this has happened to most people? Like if you're working in an area that has terrible lighting, and you think you knocked it out of the park, and you take it out to the customer, and the sun hits it, and it looks like shit.
Or you way overdo it with your crazy lighting in the dark shop, and it looks amazing in the sun, and things that you were seeing in that dark shop with your one little lamp
Yeah, black
don't ever
walls,
appear.
like-
It's like that's the level that like you could take it to. I'm talking about wasting time, not being profitable, doing
Who
it for
cares
you,
about
not
being
the detail.
profitable,
Like
though? We're just talking about making things
the
right.
purity
no
of
one
like,
cares.
yeah.
We don't, like, it ain't about making. This is about.
The sun tells all then.
Yes, you could take out your car, sun check. You know, you do all that. You should do that. But for single stage or not single stage for all-in-ones, should you even address the light? There's nothing to do with the light,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Because
yes
all
and
in
no.
one's
Because
fill,
all you're
right?
doing is just all you're doing is making it shine, making it pop, right?
Yeah.
So you're not really, you're not chasing scratches. You're chasing shine.
How do you, because you're a working detailer, right? I never really messed around with all-in-ones. I was like, it's either going to be a pure polish and it's going to look like this. I'm going to protect over it. I did 3D speed like a little bit when I first started detailing. But yeah, what is your approach when you're doing an all-in-one? Because like, what is perfection when you're kind of filling as you go, right? Is it just speed? Is it just get her done? Or
I'm going to fall back on what I always say. It's what the customer's paying for. So you can do, so let's take the Rupes Protect, the Uno Protect, for example. You can do a super quick job and fill scratches if they're not willing to pay, or you can do a good paint correction by slowing down and spending a little bit of time on it. You can get 50, 60, 70% paint defect removal.
Pass 3 or 4 passes and you're called good.
So what's
or
the customer paying for?
You can literally just do 30, 40 minutes and just glide over the paint, get the shine,
Yep.
and then move forward.
Or you could, or I think there's an interesting concept too, because you could obviously do this, just depends on how you sell it. You compound for your first step, and then you take your filling all in one as your final polish.
Yeah.
Which old me was like, that's cheating. But now I'm like, no, man, whatever.
No, it's just
that's
all
what the customer's
time.
paying
It's like,
for.
what kind
whatever.
of time do you have?
Yeah.
You know, do you have? I'm not talking about friggin' making money though.
Okay,
I'm just
okay.
talking about like, all right.
So give
it's
me a
time to go to-
scenario. Give me a
this is the
scenario.
thing.
Like polishing your own car.
Dude, my buddy calls me 11 o'clock or 6 o'clock tonight and be like, hey, tomorrow morning we're going to Cars and Coffee. I'm like, oh crap, dude. So then I do a wash, and I don't care. I take all the time because I want a good wash.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, dude, it's just like, you know, maybe I wash and I kind of marred some things up. Then I just want to do an all-in-one, and then that's like a 30-minute thing. I'm just hitting.
Yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I'm not really. I'm enhancing, just a paint enhancement. I'm making it good. Boom.
I feel like an all-in-one would be something that, you know, if you haven't touched your paint in a while, it's just a great quick way to give yourself a little gloss and a little filling,
Well,
right?
and the technology's come so far. Going back
Yeah.
to what you were just saying about compound, like Uno Advance has up to a year protection. So yeah, you could, if they don't want a ceramic coating, you compound it and then do your second step with Uno Advance. You have a year of protection. The technology's going crazy. I can't get too far into it, but I've recently had a conversation with somebody.
He's talking to NASA scientists. I can't get too far into
dude,
it, guys.
It's close to that. The guy
Okay.
I'm talking to is pretty close to that. But he says, and he's a reputable dude. He says he's close to finishing development on a product that is a polish and a 3-year ceramic coating in one step.
Hey, we've been
It's
to the
always
moon.
something. You know what? Hey guys,
Hey,
you
why
know
not?
what that tells me? Let's figure out how to bend over detailers more. That's what it's called. That process is, let's do this. Oh, we freaking sold you guys so much stuff in the last 5 years. Let's really fuck you guys. How about that? Here's this new product for you to fucking waste your money on and not learn how to grow your damn business.
Exactly. No, I hear
Whatever.
what you're saying. I hear what
Hey,
you're
don't
saying.
get me started, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just
Both
saying,
can be
like-
true at once, right? The marketing and the oversaturation of products, but like technology is going to keep getting better. Like that is that independent of all this is true. So that's great.
Well, even
that's cool.
our PPF that we're using now is ceramic infused.
So you don't even need
You don't need to use this.
ever touch your. No, it just it self cleans.
It's self-healing. Self-healing.
After a snowstorm, it cleans itself.
It applies itself.
It applies itself. You know,
They
and
come
like I
in-
said, that's just what they're selling. And like I said, I don't notice as an installer and someone that's in doing it, I don't really know much of a difference.
Yeah, yeah.
Like at least visually, like there's not really a much difference that I noticed from this product to this product. You know, whether you're getting S-Tech, Expel, Lumar, it doesn't matter. Any of those things that like I can see kind of the orange peel difference or like different textures and stuff like that. But really, it's like visually, you know, there is like if you get some really, really cheap stuff, then you're gonna notice a difference. But I don't really notice the difference much on. So
Yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
but honestly, for making money, of course, who doesn't want to just do a polish?
Do you polish? Do you polish
dude,
PPF? Do you polish PPF?
I've polished PPF before.
What do you
Yeah.
like to use?
Anything that's like
All in one?
Yeah,
Fill a little bit
No,
as-
no, not even all in one. You just don't want to use anything aggressive. You want to use like a soft, you know, a white pad or just nothing really aggressive. Go slow, because otherwise you're gonna you're gonna streak out the PPF. So you
Like
don't
we
wanna
do light polishing, like with
yeah.
gold standard polish and the yellow waffle. Like we've done
or
it
just
before for
Uno
sure.
Pure or just,
But I wonder what you guys
dude,
use.
honestly, I've hit like a whole car with Advanced when it was fully wrapped.
Yeah.
I've hit the whole car and no problems, nothing great. Just don't want to use a lot of pressure. You just don't want to warm it up. You know.
Heat's the
Yeah.
enemy on PPF, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to reignite that adhesive. So
and glue,
Right.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you said something earlier I want to touch on. You were talking about you have to get the paint perfect, right? Or that's your goal every single time.
Like in a vacuum, if I have the time or I'll create the time, like that's when I get in on that paint, it's really rewarding to like just make it look like glass.
What about changing your perception of what perfect is?
Okay.
So here's what I mean. I had this conversation when I was at the Rupes 4-day class a while ago. Me and Jason Rose had this conversation is if the customer wants to pay for a level 2 or whatever it is that's 85% defect removal because that's their perception or their level of perfection. that's an achievable goal. So let's say you do 90% defect removal. Now you've done 5% above perfection in the customer's mind. So does that count as perfection? I mean, like what lens do you choose to
they
look
don't
at
know.
it? Yeah.
Customers don't know what perfect
I
is.
understand.
I don't know what perfect paint is.
Right. What I'm saying is change
No,
your
I see.
perspective.
I see Jason Kilmer posting shots on his Instagram, and he like puts a light next to it. Obviously, he's doing that to show like this is perfect paint. Like I don't think he would just put a light next to paint that didn't look perfect. And I look at it, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Like I don't even know what perfect is because he's looking at it from an angle. I just mean that because I like Jason, but like even I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at when he
like,
shows me perfect
I know.
paint.
What are you
right?
looking
Like,
at? You're looking at the texture. Are you looking at
Is it the clarity?
Yeah,
Is it
clarity.
the-
Are you
like-
are you looking at the
like
Are you looking at the actual color? Are you looking at the way the metallics dance?
Yeah,
Are you
like,
what do you? There's so many
there's
different
different-
things to look. Because as a painter background, sometimes when I look at paint, I'm looking at the match. I'm looking at the way the colors land. I'm
Stuff
looking
no
at the
one would ever see.
Yeah, and it doesn't
Yeah.
even matter, bro. But if I'm at home and I'm doing my own stuff and I want to, I have the time and I'm doing it for more of a therapeutic,
Right.
you know, just like a chill out. Like I don't have like my perfect paint is when my time runs out. Like what
Yes.
kind of
Yeah.
time? Like, dude, I have 2 days to do this. Do I have 3 days to do this?
it's perfect if you get the car washed in half an hour and it's good
what's
enough.
the-
Yeah, I know what you mean.
What's the longest? And I'm curious what other people know. Like, what is the longest time you've took on a paint correction?
I know that right off the shoot, man.
I remember that one time you called me. Yeah.
No, it was my wife's car that I did here.
Yeah.
You let me use the shop, and I started at like I don't know, it was like 2 PM. There were still dudes in the shop. He came in the next morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
and I'm still grinding, bro.
Yeah.
I was like 18 hours deep into that, and it's because I shot myself in the foot. What I did is I did a test spot. I did a test spot in bad lighting, and was like, okay, that's good. And then I only brought those tools. It was a microfiber pad, and because it looked good, but when I got it here, it looked like shit. So I was chasing my tail the whole entire time. So I finished up at like 9 o'clock, coated it, was like I was delirious. I was delirious. Jamie came in, he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, I
what
was
the
like-
hell are you still doing here?
Yeah, dude. I've probably, I don't know. I've probably spent like 30 hours maybe on a car before.
30 hours straight or 30 hours
No,
like
not 30.
all right.
Probably not straight. No,
Yeah.
no. Probably like I would say 12-hour, 14-hour consistent. You?
I don't know, dude. Maybe 50. Like something.
50 hours.
I don't know. Like I think it's possible. I don't even know how it happened. Between the start to like coating it, there was a lot of sanding and buffing and polishing involved. 3-4 steps. I don't know. Not even. I'm ashamed, bro. Like I'm like, you know, it's
Don't be
possible.
ashamed.
Yeah, I know.
You know it's because you know me,
bro.
But I mean, the paint looked amazing. It just, I got to a point where like I don't want to do this for money anymore because I couldn't stop myself. You know,
Yeah.
that's why I kind of enjoy doing the videos of DIY details. Like, all right, Ivan's efficiency. Like, tell me where to stop. We're just gonna take the yellow waffle with the gold standard. We're just gonna do a 1-step. I don't have to put a scan grip light on it. We're not really detailing for money, right? Because these are dealership cars that they just love to help us out, and we help them out. So it's not as if it's like the pressure's on me where I'm like the guy that's gonna pay me the money is gonna look at it. Because I just got way too stressed about every little thing. And even you, when we did a car a few years back, are like, what are you even doing? I kept working on this.
Yeah,
Like,
like-
what do you? No one's gonna see that. What are you even going after? You know?
Yeah.
I thought I was saving
I don't know,
babies
you
in a
should-
third
you-
world country.
bro,
I don't
yeah,
know,
you
man.
shouldn't feel
It gets
shame
me
about
all
that.
stressed out about it though. I've been there and done that, and I see how that rabbit hole can be a lonely, not profitable.
Yeah, and that's
Tough
what I'm
on the
saying. Is
family, like-
should detailing. I guess it's to me. I didn't when I started detailing. I didn't detail because I thought I was gonna like really provide. Like I didn't do like bro. It's what I did. So it's like I didn't. I was looking at the money, but I was more of like, oh, dude, I just check this out. Bring the customer like, bro, look at it, dude.
Yeah.
This looks so good. So that was like my looking is like I really wasn't thinking about money. Like I wasn't really like, oh no, as long as I had enough to like feed family, do that, and then have some extra. I was like, nah, because I never trip. I was like, bro, I'll go do it again.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then that's like a bad part. That's the bad way to look at it. So you have to kind of grow out of that. But anyways, the nemesis of everything though, like this is what I was trying to tell you is like a light, really, a good light.
But here's the nemesis. The good part of that as well is, and a lot of guys miss the boat on this, lighting on the interior. Like if you're not using lighting to clean the interior, you are missing the
Everything.
boat. You're missing
How
the
do you
boat.
clean what you can't see?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't hit what you can't see.
No, I agree 100%. Like lighting on interiors. Like
I
I
think-
want the Skanger headlamp in my.
I think the game right now is really lacking a good interior light.
Because
Because they have those.
Do you
ones
do
that
the ones that you
they have those?
clamp?
You can do those, but still, they're not. They're not as.
What are you
good.
gonna do? Put a microfiber towel under the clamp? Because otherwise you're gonna be on the paint on the outside.
It's a
Like
pain.
that just
They're-
that
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
like
but so there needs to be like. There's innovations lacking that. So anyone, you guys, let's come up with something better.
I think
than that.
Carlos Serrano had like a light on his vortex gun. I thought that was pretty dope.
I got mine.
This,
Yeah,
this one's actually pretty dope. I really like this for interiors as well because it has a magnet, but it's got a swivel, but it also has a hook. So you can put it
Those
on
are
the
nice.
door
Those
jam.
are like $100, aren't they? They're not
Yeah.
cheap. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're
Those are
worth it.
They're
bro.
nice.
They're worth it.
Yeah, I got one of
You guys
those.
want to
They're
see
nice.
what my EDC is? This is my EDC bag.
What's EDC?
My everyday carry detail bag. So look, I got a extra nozzle. So this is like more of the fan for my detail keg. I got another light.
Ooh.
The EDC bag.
Yeah,
EDC?
I got
Everyday carry
another
stuff?
light because they run out.
Damn. You light it up.
I got pins, some toothpicks. I got squeegee because we do tons of touch up, and I always need my squeegee. This is tweezers. I use this to get around the edges to if I have paint, some paint stuff. I got an extra key.
Is that a warhead?
Yeah, I got a warhead. So
Warhead
I have
candy.
crazy.
Bro,
I
you
got-
never know.
Look, I
You
got
never
a
know.
freaking plastic razor blade. Warhead because I have really bad panic attacks.
Does
I
that
got-
help with your panic
Yeah,
attack?
dude, this is my shit. Right there.
Really?
Yeah, the warhead.
Do you know why? Do you have any
warhead-
idea why that works, Jamie?
No, but there is a way, but I just say
It's your senses.
Yeah, yeah. So you need to activate all your senses.
Yes, so you
is
go through your five
This is all my
senses.
shit, bro. So I even got like, dude, you gotta try this.
No, but it's worth saying. I think
This
earlier.
is my panic attacks too.
What is this guy? Smelling salts?
Yeah, it's a smelling sauce.
Seriously?
Yeah, just go like this and put it on your nose. Pinky.
Let me see you do it first.
Go like,
I just
Pink,
sniff
just
it.
your pinky.
I
No,
just
no,
wanna
no,
sniff
no,
it.
no. You don't want it that way.
You don't want it that way.
Yeah, no pinky.
You pass out.
No,
It
pinky.
Smells good already.
No, 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 no. Just do it.
He doesn't like sharing.
I don't.
Just do it. That's why I said your pinky. Whatever.
Nah,
Pinky.
just
Alright,
like
whatever.
it smells like
Whatever,
menthol.
dude.
It smells good.
Oh, okay, so yeah, so anyway, so I got pens, I got,
smells
I
good,
got
huh?
these.
Yeah.
Ooh, look
So
at you.
obviously you always need a 10 millimeter.
Tearing up a little bit.
It works so good.
That's strong. But yeah,
These are
it's
dope.
it's the senses. You go
Yeah.
through. You can. Yeah.
It's from
So I have-
Thailand.
Yeah,
It's
no,
from Terry?
Yeah.
All you're doing.
Last
all
time
you-
you tried to give me the sniffs.
all
I'm from
you're
Thailand.
doing-
It was the
Yeah,
sniffs,
dude.
too.
look, all
It's
you're
that
do-
same stuff.
Is it? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
when we're on the scene, though. We've never seen.
Yeah, yeah.
all you're doing in that situation, and it's great that you have options for that, is you're changing your focus. You stop focusing on what you're thinking about. You start focusing on the sensation in your mouth.
Yeah, dude.
So-
I'm telling you, bro, it works great.
It's a great-
And
yeah.
I have another freaking.
That's
Light
the light.
in there.
Don't
That's
leave
the
that
light.
around me.
Is
'cause
that the
it'll
ammo
fly.
light? Is that the ammo light?
I got my
Signed by
extra
Larry
charger.
Cosilla?
Yeah, I got the extra charger. I got a sanding block, a rid stick, another sanding block, another squeegee.
Wow, this
The
is such an
MacGyver
interesting.
bag. The detailing MacGyver
Dang,
bag.
so you take this to every
I got,
job?
Yeah, I got my airbrush thing. This is the airbrush. This is like a drop. It's a drop in for paint touch up.
I learned so much
Oh.
about sanding from Kilmer about like how you want to find the right surface before you go about it. Chapstick.
He says,
But like a soft block versus hard and how like you kind of
anyone-
test the
and anyone
surface.
tries to jack me, I got an Apple AirTag in there.
Yep. He'll find
And
you.
you try to jack my shit.
And now if you use
Apple AirTag
a
will find
different EDC bag at that point.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it? What is this, dude?
That's
Sanding
another
block?
squeegee. No, it's
Oh,
not.
squeegee.
I use it as a sanding block too. That's actually dope, dude. This is a really good tool. Anyways, man, life is so good, guys. This is what's going on in my
Yep.
purse right here.
So what's the moral to the story?
The EDC.
You need to have the right tools.
Earlier,
Have
I,
the right tools.
earlier
Have the
I
right
touched
tools.
on like the one step and how we're not dealing for money. But we get a lot of comments. People know how to detail for money out there, and they do it one step, and they set the expectation for customers, and that works for them, right? I just never sold one steps. Like maybe can
We
you
do.
talk about how you sell one
just-
steps?
we
Like how
just
do you
call- we
set
just-
the expectation for the
so-
customer?
We
You
have a
don't-
plain sale is what we do.
You
But
don't set the expectation. Let the customer set the expectation. Mr. Customer, what's important to you? The most amount of scratches, or your budget, or like what level? Even if you do 3 test spots and say, which one do you want? All right, I want that one. All right, that's $1,200. Oh, I can't afford that. I would rather have this. Or that's not enough. I want this.
But I'm
Yeah,
wondering what you do because you're running
Clay-
the
we do
shop.
clay
I
and-
like that
we-
idea.
so-
I'm like,
so we
how
have
do you
two-
market it? You're doing this every day.
So we have a clay and seal, and then it goes to a scratch removal.
Takes me like an hour to do 3 test spots. I remember trying to do that for customers. I got it my own way. I'm like, what do you want? And I always wonder, how do people actually sell it?
Yeah, so we have 3 different. We have a full go paint correction. We got our scratch removal, and then we have paint and seal. So every one step is typically our clay and seal. That's our one step.
You don't
So
always.
you add the polish to that.
Yeah, we add
Okay.
the polish.
You don't-
We
you
don't
don't-
really do. We don't do like the clay, and we don't do like maintenance wash seals. We don't do that.
The test spot doesn't always have to be, when I say test spot, it doesn't have to be on the customer's vehicle. You can have a hood that has a 60%, a 75%, and a 90% defect removal and say, step back 5 feet and tell me which one of those you want. Here's the prices. Which one of those would you like at that price point? And they say, oh, I can afford that and that looks good. Or, oh, I need this.
And then you tell them, you know what
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
them? You just say, dude, stop being so goddamn broke, dude. Open that wallet.
Perfect,
Open
Payne.
that
I'm going to make
wallet.
your
Yeah,
pay
bro.
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, open
Perfect.
that wallet,
Perfect,
bro.
Payne. So
Open
way to
that
go.
wallet. Hey, thank you guys. What's
Comment.
up? Comment, yeah.
Hey.
Born detailer
Hey.
Jamie
Yeah,
Gonzalez.
Nick McGurk, good to be here.
Chad Stoker. No.
Peace.